First, Menu RX. What's up?
Yeah. Menu RX is great for weight loss. It's great for just getting in better shape, just wanting to feel better. There's a lot of people out there. For me, I'm dealing with weight loss. I actually just talked to Dr. Jake. We're talking next Wednesday. I'm finally trying again to lose weight here, and it's a struggle. But some people who are in way better shape than me, a lot of people are in way better shape than me, but may not be in the shape they want to be in. Maybe their muscle tone is not what they want it to be, or maybe they're 55 and they're in good shape, but they have a little bit of a gut and they want to get rid of it, and they can't figure out what to eat. Well, one option is to go on the internet and find some random dude who's going to tell you what to eat, and you have no idea what his qualifications are. The other idea, and this is the smart one, is to go to menu-rx.com and talk to people who do this for a living, who study this for a living, doctors, nutritionists, scientists, who actually know how to advise people based on the individual and not just one size fits all. So go to menu-rx.com today, see what they can do for you. They work with most healthcare plans, so you might not have to pay a dime out of pocket. HSA and FSA spending ability. So, and if you sign up now, you get a 1-year membership to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show absolutely free. So go to menu-rx.com today. That's menu-rx.com.
Thank you for that, Bull. We're going to end today's show with some news that came out of the NFL earlier this week that, frankly, I missed when it first came out. And bad job
Unlike
out of me.
you, Mike. Unlike you.
I know. I'm usually on top of these things.
Yep.
I missed it. I apologize. But, Steve, if you want to take tag board here full, the NFL and the NFLPA managed to conceal a ruling in a collusion case against the NFL for more than 5 months. Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk and Pablo Torre eventually got their hands on it. What we learned from this collusion is that basically after the Deshaun Watson 5-year, $230 million fully guaranteed contract with the Browns, the NFL owners got together and colluded to discourage fully guaranteed contracts in the future. Now there's a list of 594 players who, in theory, could sue the NFL in lost guaranteed money. We're not sure exactly what the fallout will be from this, but as Jason...
Why did the players want to keep this quiet? I understand why the owners obviously wanted to keep this quiet.
I don't know.
Jason, why do you think the players want to keep this quiet? Are they getting, are the owners doing something on the... it's weird.
Yeah, I don't have a great answer for that. If I was a player association, if they had access to that,
yeah,
I'd be putting that out.
Right. It's strange to me that this would be on the down low. So there's not been a court case, so it's not proven that the NFL did this.
No, there was a arbitrator, and this was something from the direct report. See if you want to take tag board full here, but this Chase Daniel put a little quote out from the findings, which is all published on Pablo Torre Finds Out and on Pro Football Talk, but this was from the arbitrator. Quote, "There is little question the NFL Management Council, with the blessing of the commissioner, encouraged the 32 NFL clubs to reduce guarantees in veterans' contracts at the March 2020 annual owners' meetings," end quote.
So I was at those owners' meetings. That was the year that they signed Deshaun. Mm-hmm. And I remember...
The meetings were 5 days after the Deshaun contract happened, by the way. 5 days after.
We sat with Jimmy and Dee.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
We probably sat with Jimmy and Dee for probably well over an hour, probably hour and a half. And one of the things that we asked them on the record was, there's a lot of talk that the owners are angry with you guys.
Yeah.
And I remember Jimmy's response was oh, nobody said anything to us. We were just in the room with them and nobody said anything to us. But it was, rarely do owners ever talk poorly about each other in the public. And I remember Arthur Blank had pointed comments.
Didn't the Ravens owner say
something?
Steve
Biscotti had remarks about it. And for these guys to kind of go at each other like that was telling. And you've heard Andrew Berry come out and say that he doesn't believe this was an anomaly and guaranteed contracts would not become standard. Probably, this is part of the reason why, that this was considered an anomaly.
Now, let's face it, most of the quarterbacks, while they're not getting it fully guaranteed, it's 90%.
This goes well beyond quarterbacks, though. This isn't about quarterbacks. This is about...
No, I understand. But everybody was well, there haven't been a lot of fully guaranteed since then.
And I'm just talking in general. Yeah. Defensive ends, cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers, offensive linemen, just in general. There have been no guaranteed contracts.
No, but at least the quarterbacks, most of them have been mostly guaranteed, but not every last time.
But, I mean,
in the end, if you sign a $250 million fully guaranteed or a $250 million with $220 guaranteed, it really doesn't matter.
Well,
I know the players look at it a certain way, but ultimately, I mean, come on.
I think there's more than in quarter. Maybe I'm wrong. You probably pay closer attention to the contracts than I do. I think it's like, I mean, Deshaun, how badly would they want a non-fully guaranteed contract right now?
Yeah.
230 guarantee or 230 million, 180 guaranteed.
Yeah,
50 million is a pretty significant difference.
I mean, well,
for the teams, yeah. I'm just saying, for the player,
it's significant for them too.
It was evident that they colluded over this deal because I think the very next person to sign their contract after Deshaun was Kyler. And he
Lamar?
No.
It was Kyler's.
Kyler. And Kyler's was significant. It was like 160 of fully guaranteed or something. And then I think after him maybe was Russell or Justin Herbert or something. Joe?
Very good memory, Ty. Kyler Murray got a $230.5 million contract, but only 160 guaranteed.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, and it's like, because, usually when everybody wait for the quarterback to say, oh, okay, well, when I go negotiate, we starting there.
What's funny is at the time when the Browns traded for Deshaun Watson, I would have thought, wow, he's way better than Kyler Murray. Not that I think I don't think Kyler Murray's that good, and he certainly ain't worth the money either, but he's certainly a lot better than Deshaun Watson.
But it was
I think of Kyler Murray as a middle-of-the-road quarterback.
I don't think nobody had a better fully guaranteed contract until Dak came out and had $1 million more. Every quarterback that signed after Deshaun up until Dak, nobody got to where Deshaun's guarantee was.
Percentage-wise or total number?
The 230.
Well, real quick,
Yeah.
This is from the report that came out, the 61-page document, about the Kyler Murray contract and how Justin Herbert's contract then was negotiated the next year. These are text messages that were turned in as evidence to this arbitrator that then came out in the report from Chargers owner Dean Spanos and Michael's owner Michael Bidwell. I'm going to read these word for word. Spanos said, "Congratulations on signing Murray." Bidwell said, "Thanks, Dino. These quarterback deals are expensive, but we limited the fully guaranteed money and have some pretty good language. Thankfully, we have a quarterback that's worth paying." Spanos said,
"Nope.
Your deal helps us pay for our quarterback next year. Thank you." Bidwell, "I think many teams will be happy with it once they have a chance to review. Cleveland really screwed things up, but I resolved to keep the guaranteed money relatively low." End conversation.
And this is Roger Goodell saying, after Roger Goodell said, listen, we need to stop this fully guaranteed contract thing. Mm-hmm. So your commissioner is advising everybody not to do this. And then the next deal was that. And it's like, that's crazy to me. Once Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow's deal didn't get to Deshaun's, like that.
Yeah. What was Burrow's deal?
It's absurd.
Mike? Yeah, I think he got more total money than Deshaun.
But he didn't get more guaranteed.
5,270.
Yeah, how much guaranteed?
219.
What was Deshaun's guarantee?
230.
Yeah, but he's going to get all that money. Unless he has a catastrophic
What
injury.
was Lamar's guarantee? 180?
Lamar Jackson, 185 guaranteed, 260 total.
Two-time MVP. Signed after Deshaun.
Yeah.
185.
But again, guys as good as Burrow and Lamar, they're going to get all that money unless they have a catastrophic injury.
Well,
if anything, they'll get more because they'll renegotiate somewhere along the line.
All I'm saying is when you sign that dotted line, the only number that really matters is that fully guaranteed one.
So what's the fallout from this time? It's like what happens next? Do the Browns are they punished in any capacity?
You punish them.
Browns aren't.
Because
I'm just asking. What's
the
next
way
steps
that
after
the
this?
way that the owners could come out and say, no, we didn't collude, is Jerry Jones saved today when he said, you know what, Dak, I'm gonna give you 231 fully guaranteed. And I think since then Josh Allen might be 250 fully guaranteed because he redid his deal too. So at this point,
Dak's whole deal is fully guaranteed.
I don't know.
No.
Josh Allen was 330 with 250 guaranteed.
See, it ain't fully guaranteed.
I mean, he only got 250 guaranteed.
But
How will he survive?
I'm saying it was a huge gap
And Dak got 240, 231 guaranteed.
Which that's just silly.
But
silly.
it's the way of them saying, "How did we collude? We just gave these
basically
deals.
gave Dak everything guaranteed.
Yeah, so like that's
Dak, you're not getting the last $9 million.
Jerry Jones saved the day for the owners. Is basically what happened, in my personal opinion.
Please refer to him by his proper name, the Crypt Keeper. Go ahead, Mike.
Any other thoughts on this? If not, I got one more thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's do one more thing.